Hi everyone, I'm Betty and this is another episode of The Final Say. Here on The Final Say, we find out who really has the final say on a myriad of issues. Is it you, God, or anyone else really? On this episode of The Final Say, we are going out into the street to find out people's opinions on divorce. In recent years, divorce rates have gone high. Celebrities, popular people are getting divorced every other day, and in fact it has become rampant in the church. So we are going out into the street now to find out who really has the final say on divorce. Let's go. Mr. Please, what are your opinions on divorce?
Well, it's not a good thing. The Bible didn't accept it.
It's not biblical.
It's not a good idea.
It's not good.
That's a very serious one.
The Bible does not support a marriage to depart.
And I think society does not really accept it too. But you see, the way it is now in Nigeria, because of the economic factors, financial factors, so many factors involved, you have a high rate of divorce. Yes. A friend of mine just got divorced 2 weeks ago. So I think it's not good, personally, but we have to find a center, probably an equilibrium between the husband and the wife, and come to, we are meant to live together for as long as we are married. So I think it's not good. We just need to find a center and let not environment pressure us into divorce. So I don't support it.
But do you think divorce is necessary in our generation?
Yeah, it is. Because like what happened, the experiences we had a few weeks ago, that the guy was beating his wife to pop, those kind of things. I can't stand somebody beating my sister. I will ask her to walk out of it. So I wouldn't want to lose my sister because of one kind of a loving code. So.
But when you involve violence, I advise the other party to pull out.
Okay.
I think it's necessary, but it's avoidable.
It's avoidable.
Not really, it's not necessary.
But you just said things also, if in a violent marriage,
In a violent marriage, that's why I said in a violent marriage.
Alright, so what do you think causes divorce, that contributes to the high?
I told you, financial thing, economic factors, financial factors, then the backgrounds we come from. We are from different backgrounds when we got married. And if, like where I come from now, I know the kind of parents might come from a monogamous family.
Yes.
Some people, that kind of a thing. The background we come from affects our relationship. So you have to be, if you are not compatible, you are not compatible.
Is not a good idea. Because Bible said that they are no more two, is one. So far that what God has joined together, let no anything whatsoever put us under.
But you see, most of these divorce, they are caused by men. You understand? You see, before the marriage, men love most. Then after the marriage, it is the woman that love the woman more. You understand now? Because already the man has seen what he wanted. You understand now? So particularly, I don't support divorce. But when there is no any other option, instead of them to kill themselves, so one has they have to separate.
Well, I don't support divorce.
You don't support divorce at all?
No, I don't think it's the best solution when you get to conflict resolution. Issues can always be resolved if both parties are willing to, except it has to do with life and death. That's where one can come in divorce. But I feel that, separation, is allowed, but permanent divorce, well, things can still be worked out, just a matter of time and all that.
Our generation does not need divorce as a measure to opt out of marriage.
Well, it's very unfortunate that in this generation, a lot of people are just opting for divorce and all that. It's because both parties nobody's willing to be patient, to resolve issues. But I don't believe in divorce.
And under one circumstance, when a woman is caught doing any sort of fornication or so the Bible supports a man to divorce a woman.
In that case,
That's
one singular case. But apart from that, our generation does not need divorce as an avenue to opt out of marriage. At all.
Sherry, there are some circumstances to follow, to back divorce. According to the Bible said that to commit adultery. So from that place, ẹlòmíì wà jẹ́ pé kò ní àmúmọ́ rẹ̀ láti endure, láti gbà pé mo agree, and just to láti bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé at the end of the day ó lè change mind yẹ. But tí ó bá yẹ pé ẹni tó yẹ pé kò lè agree pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ and tó yẹ pé àwọn pásọ̀ dẹ̀ ti dá sí the next thing pé kí peace bá lè wà lórí àgbà lọ́lọ́ tiẹ̀ but tó yẹ pé ẹni tó yẹ pé he can still enjoy it and just take it well with the glory of God hopefully.
People are not willing to sit down, sort out their differences and move ahead. That's one of the major causes, and that's what I think. People should be patient.
You see, before divorce, there must have been some steps that should have been taken. But when these people cannot, I mean, as in, they cannot settle it amicably, I think the next thing is for them is to divorce. The Bible doesn't support it as well. The Bible doesn't support it as well. It is one man, one woman until death do them part. You understand now? But this is modern world. So
divorce rates has risen over the years. So why do you think more and more people are subscribing to the idea of divorce?
Well, I can't say much, but I think the use of the social media now has caused a lot of divorce. Because like now, I'm a married man, and me and my wife, we are in the house. Maybe the moment we supposed to interact with each other, she will be on phone, I will be on phone. So it affects a lot of home, I guess so.
So social media is a major cause.
Major cause right now.
And a lot of things can cause it. Maybe lack of participation of a man. I mean, by not taking care of his duty at home. You know, some women they are not really sensible to that extent. So some women would like to take that advantage of irresponsibility of the man. So take the advantage to see one of his ex-man, maybe friend can convince her and others.
One, infidelity. Infertility, when the woman cannot give birth to a child. You know, the man
does it happen when the man cannot make a woman pregnant?
You see, when I'm a medical herbalist. You see, when you talk about infidelity, infertility, the man is half of the game, the woman is half of the story. But you see, most men don't really take it as
their fault.
Yes, I'm at fault. Because before a man can go for any medical checkup, it will take a long period. The man will tell the woman, I'm okay.
Well, I start from this premise to address the issue of divorce, that God hates divorce. And as a child of God, I want to please God. I will not want to do anything that God hates. And that's what I tell everyone that is married. Make sure that you do not divorce as much as it is possible. Now, having said that, I recognize the fact that some marriages run into very tough times. I do know that challenges come in marriage, difficulties, two different people from two different backgrounds, different experiences, different sexes, different orientation, possibly even sometimes different visions for their life and their future. Some of the things that happen sometimes makes it reasonable to get a divorce. And Jesus actually said that, in the book of Matthew chapter 19. He did say that, look, God did not really expect that there should be divorce from the beginning. It was not supposed to be so that a man would put away his wife for any reason. He said, but because people's hearts were hardened in many cases, God says, okay, you could have it. It's a permissive thing, a permissive will. So you could have a divorce if fornication was involved, or adultery, whichever one we want to choose, sexual immorality of some sort. Now, Jesus did say that. And so he gave people a leeway to be separated or divorced on the basis of sexual immorality. Now, the point is this. While he gives you the leeway to be so divorced, he now puts some things on the way to your remarriage, which you should examine closely before you divorce. Because having divorced, then you find yourself, you are caught in a web that you might not be able to get yourself away from. And that is the web of remarriage. Because he now says, well, you are divorced, all right. But then you cannot marry another divorcee. He says that in the same Matthew chapter 19. He also says that if you marry a woman that is divorced, then you are also committing adultery. So there are some things you need to consider in all of those areas before you go into divorce. But you know what I actually teach people, male or female? It's important for you to be properly married, because some of these issues that come up in marriage that makes the marriage not work, you could have noticed during courtship. But many people sometimes just think, well, when I get into it, if it's not working, I'll walk out, And that's why we have so many cases of divorce nowadays. So my counsel is, first of all, be sure that you're properly married. The right person. Preferably, don't be unequally yoked together with an unbeliever. Don't marry somebody who has traits that you cannot cope with. Don't marry somebody who might ditch you for another person. Try to do all what you call due diligence before you get into marriage. In our church, we try to make sure that we counsel people for about 6 months towards the wedding to help them discover whether the person is the real person they really want to marry. Now, there is the issue of abuse, physical abuse, and sometimes even verbal abuse, which threatens the life of the other partner. Where that exists, I always advise that there should be some separation too, because I will not want the one to kill the other. The first thing will not be divorce. We'll try to see if it were possible that they have a time of separation during which we are able to help them. As much as lies within you, try not to displease God. And I'm not sure there's any church that approves divorce. We, for one, will not. We will rather that you sort your issues. So I pray God help you. If you really are found in an unhappy marriage, I will encourage you to get good counsel. Not from family, from church, from pastor. Your pastor must be a godly man who will be able to help you and advise you. When marriages break up, it always affects so many people. You can get my message, Why God Hates Divorce. You know that it's not something you want to contemplate. I pray the Lord help us. In Jesus' name.
And that's the final say. Till next time, I'm Betty.